Hey guys, Jan here, Northview Model Shop. Today I want to talk about polishing and buffing your raw styrene. The kit that I purchased from Micromark was the Micro Mesh Polishing Kit. It is part number 80939. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have this. I know Dr. Krenke's talked extensively about this, and this is the method he uses, and I've used it for the first time here recently on the shop truck. In the past, I used to do all my base working and sanding with a 220, and then wet sand with the normal 3M wet dry sandpaper, working a 600, a 1200, a 1500, and a 2000, and then stopping there. And I've gotten good results from it. But recently, I've gone to the next step, and to try to get the most pristine paint job and smooth as glass finish, I've gone and used this product, which gives you a buffing cloth. It's not a paper, it's more of a cloth, and it goes from 2400, 3200, 4000, 6000, 8000, 12,000, and the results are, I must say, astonishing. I didn't think it would be as much as what everyone talks about, but sure enough, here's what I've got, and the camera won't justify it at all, but you can actually see your reflection. Now, being very vaguely, but you can see your reflection in the raw styrene. And I did a little experiment, and Dr. Krenke one time said that a spoon is as smooth as you're probably going to be able to get styrene with even buffing it. You won't get any more shine to it. And sure enough, I just got the normal soup spoon and compared the two. So I'm using the rule of thumb now that you've reached a stopping point when the shine of your model in the raw styrene form is the same as a normal plastic soup spoon. Now, what I've done is this time around I have conservatively saying about 2 hours in the buffing, and that's going straight from 600 all the way to 12,000. And that's putting it's 5 to 8 minutes probably per piece of paper and per cloth. And I've did the hood individual, going from 6 all the way up, doing the cab 6 all the way up, and then the body, or the fender flares. And it's got quite results. Now, I don't know if I need to do as much, and if you guys out there have used this product before, have a rule of thumb you like to use, please post it so I can learn and maybe cut down a lot of buffing time, and some of the other guys on here that interested might bonus read the comments and learn a little trick or two. But I'll do a quick little a few little tips that I've found so far that work well. The product, the Micromark polishing kit, I guess they're calling it. Your product you're purchasing, each sheet is about yay big. What I've done is I've cut them in half to make it so I have, each grade now I have 2 of these, and I found this is a bit more a better working surface, right? It's not nearly as big, and it works better for me. The other trick that I've done is take your Sharpie, and you may or may not get the nice printed grade. So I've gone and written 6,000, say on this one, 5, 8, 10 times, just in case one washes off. You don't want to get these mixed up. Some guys are much more experienced may say, oh yeah, look at that, that's 6,000. I couldn't tell you if that was 6,000, 12,000, or 20. I don't know, right? That's a tip there that works really well for me. And when it comes to buffing, some of us in the mechanic trade might know this when we're dealing with cylinder heads and torque to yield bolts. You want to make sure you keep in the same pattern and you don't mess up, because it could lead to devastating results. What I do is, running it, I buff one side, I buff here, buff the front, buff the one half, buff the other half, and I do that right from 600 all the way through. And you get in such a routine that at the end you're very confident you did not miss a part. I mean, nothing more embarrassing when you paint up a model and half the hood is shiny and the other half is a matte finish because it didn't buff correctly, or you missed it, or whatever. That happens. Probably not for you experienced guys, but for an amateur like myself, I'd see it happen pretty quick. But anyway, this seems to work really well. Let's follow this here with a couple more videos about some primer, and then we'll see how the paint lies compared to, say, one of my previous models where I only went to the 2000 wet dry paper. And we'll see what we get. We all know that Dr. Krenke's models turned out extremely nice, and he's using this method, and we're going to put this to the test. So, alright guys, thanks a million. Adios.